Aloha, it's Kiana, and here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Also, huge mahalo to Longstrugs Hawaii for sponsoring the show. Head on over to your neighborhood Longstrugs for all your shopping needs. A 30-year-old Oahu visitor hiking near the third peak of Mount Olumana fell 250 feet to his death on Wednesday. The Honolulu Fire Department received a call for an injured hiker shortly before 11 o'clock Wednesday morning. The first of 6 units arrived at Maunawili Valley Neighborhood Park about 10 minutes after to secure a landing zone for the fire department's Air 1 helicopter. Rescue personnel found the man on the Makai side of the trail and airlifted him back to the landing zone, where he was transferred to emergency medical services. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The incident occurred just 3 days after a 32-year-old man suffered a serious head injury following a fall from the same trail. Experienced hikers say Olumana can be treacherous in sections, and the trail has claimed the lives of multiple locals and visitors. A 19-year-old murder suspect who is a son and stepson of Honolulu police officers do not receive special treatment after he allegedly shot and killed a man on Round Top Drive in March. That is according to Interim Police Chief Roddy Vanek, who told the Honolulu Police Commission on Wednesday that suspect Nainoa Damon was not living with his mother and stepfather at the time of the shooting. An ongoing investigation into the incident has not indicated that the parents were involved or interfered with the case. On March 18, Damon allegedly shot 18-year-old Ha'aheo Kolona during a botched robbery on Tantless. Police previously said it was Damon's mother who helped persuade him to turn himself in. The 19-year-old walked into the Wahiawa police station with his defense attorney on March 19, a day after the shooting. Damon was later arrested while in custody at the Oahu Community Correctional Center for allegedly firing a gun into a vehicle in Kunia last year. Hawaii is expected to see a resurgence of Japanese tourism as soon as this month, thanks to an easing of COVID restrictions and the popular Golden Week travel period. The Japan Association of Travel Agents is in Hawaii this week to experience travel conditions and ensure that the environment is safe for Japanese tourists. The group's inspection team was scheduled to visit Hawaii last year, but the trip was postponed when new COVID-19 variants emerged. That situation also delayed the resumption of international travel for both destinations. Japan is Hawaii's top international market, and its recovery is vital to the state's tourism industry. JATA chairperson Hiroyuki Takahashi said he expects Japanese visitor numbers to reach 40% of pre-pandemic levels this year. The market is predicted to return to 2019 levels next year, though Takahashi is forecasting higher numbers due to pent-up demand. Only 5,031 visitors from Japan were counted during the first 2 months of this year, compared to more than 241,000 Japanese visitors who arrived in Hawaii during the same period in 2020. Visitors from Japan spent $19.7 million in the first 2 months of 2022, down from nearly $340 million in the first 2 months of 2020. An investigation into complaints about a drum circle at a Maui beach park turned into a drug bust Sunday. Maui police said plainclothes officers went to Po'olenalena Beach in Kihei Sunday afternoon to investigate the drum circle when they spotted a man and woman with outstanding bench warrants. Later that evening, 55-year-old Gary Gadiant of Kihei and 23-year-old Kayla Phelan of Haiku were arrested. Police recovered about 1/8 of an ounce of suspected crystal methamphetamine and drug paraphernalia while processing Gadiant. He is in custody at Maui Correctional Center. Phelan was charged with multiple drug-related offenses and is out on supervised release pending a court hearing. While at the beach, a 44-year-old woman from Napili offered to sell one of the officers chocolates containing shrooms. She was also arrested and later released pending investigation. As part of the operation, police recovered marijuana, wrapped chocolates containing suspected psilocybin, mushrooms, suspected ecstasy capsules, and pills, and a digital scale. Tenants at Hawaii's first tiny homes project for homeless people were greeted with an official celebration in Kalailoa on Wednesday. Residents began moving in at Kama'oku Kauhale in December. Considered permanent housing, each of the 36 homes at the tiny home village measures about 100 square feet. Residents share a kitchen area and bathrooms and have access to parking and an on-site health clinic. The tiny homes cost about $500 a month to rent, but there are options for using city rent relief and other subsidies if a resident is unable to pay. U.S. Vets operates Kama'oku Kauhale, and the village has attracted about 20 tenants so far. Potential residents are referred through Oahu's coordinated entry system, and U.S. Vets also goes directly to homeless shelters to find people who may want to move in. Kama'oku Kauhale was built in collaboration with the Hawaii Public Housing Authority and Homemade Hawaii. The Harry and Jeanette Weinberg Foundation also contributed funds for the project. For more on these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at staradvertiser.com and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Mahalo, have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.